Let's say you need a homeless guy.
Because I'm getting ready to play a homeless guy in a television program, a big television program called The Preacher.
Oh, he can do that too.
Thou shalt not steal, covet, or bear false witness.
He could be a grandpa.
Week after next, I've got an old grandpa role in a music video in Dallas.
And he can be a crazy old axe murderer.
Later on in March, I'm playing a guy who is institutionalized, who's in the institution because he killed his wife, chopped her head off and put it in a freezer because he wanted to keep her with him all his life.
It's a crazy life Ted Ferguson has made for himself, growing up in Shreveport's Moortown. He graduates from Fair Park, spends 40 years in radio all over the world. Then, in '05, Hurricane Katrina hits, and Ted Ferguson has a whole new life.
Heard that you're ghosts.
You want me to be crazy? I can be crazy. You want me to be a preacher? I can be a preacher.
Speaking of preacher, in the new Hugh Jackman movie that premiered this last weekend, there's a scene where a preacher is driven home with his wife and child. The driver of the limo is...
Lo and behold, the guy turned around and looked at me and he says, "How you doing there, Ted?" And it's Hugh Jackman. And I thought, holy smokes, Hugh Jackman is the driver of the limo. So I went, wow, this is kind of cool. And he was the nicest guy. And we just kibitzed a bit. Of course, when he said that, I whipped out with my best Australian accent, "Good day, mate, how are you?"
Such is the life of the hardest working actor in Shreveport.
You know, I do about 12 movies a year.
Why aren't you writing any of this
Mostly
down?
character roles, some with major moments, like this one in front of the whole cast of ABC's Astronauts' Wives Club.
3 lives were cut short that fateful day. The lives of Gus Grissom.
You're prepared and you go out there and you step in front of that camera and the guy goes, "Yeah, that's good. That's good. Moving on." Nothing better than to hear "moving on."
There seems to be no stopping this character. In 12 years, he's been in more than 100 movies, some really funny.
My nuts are missing.
Let's put our nuts back where they belong.
In our hands.
Some scary, some you never even saw.
That'll work. But I've been cut from 4 movies this year.
He did make at least the trailer of Logan, and hopes when he walks into that theater, he recognizes a good old boy who knows how lucky he is.
Your chest swells a little bit and you say, wow, that's so much fun and that's cool. And then I say, thank you, Lord.
I tell you what, one of the nicest guys in the world, Ted Ferguson, has a lot to smile about. It's amazing how busy he can be, living right here in Shreveport, born and raised, works in 10 to 12 movies a year, over 100. Of course, this all started with Katrina. When that hurricane blew up the movie business here, he suddenly discovered that he had a talent. He can, you know, he speaks 3 different languages. He can be anybody he needs to be, and he's just very, very good and in great demand. Haven't seen the movie. And he hopes he's not cut out of the movie because you never quite know. But he's in the he figures if I'm in the trailer, I guess I'm probably in the movie too.
Pretty good chance he's in it, yeah.
Anyway, it's called Logan. Hugh Jackman. He said Hugh Jackman was a great guy, but he's worked with all the greats: Denzel Washington, Brad Pitt, just everybody you can name. He's worked with them. Neat guy, and you know, another local talent that's done very, very well. We gotta love it.
Good for him. Yeah, I love it. Great story, Rick. Thank you. Time now is 5.